listening to ARTCAST from our studio in Sofia, Bulgaria. You're listening to ARTCAST from our studio in Sofia, Bulgaria.
Hello everyone, my name is Kagoya Shamsa, and today we are live at the ARTCAST radio with one of the most enticing aspects of life, and that is food. Today we are at the Balkan food tour, and we are going to find out how food and culture unites us. In general, culture unites us, but food is the most inspiring aspect of all because it's exciting. Let's take a guest and dig into this topic that I'm sure is accurate, and it will accelerate your taste buds. In all cultural traditions, food is the only one aspect, but yet it is possibly one of the most persistent. There is no cultural group or no individual for whom at least one specific food evokes a pang of nostalgia, at least from the memory, the taste, or the smell. Food plays an inextricable role in our daily life. Without food, we cannot survive. But food is much more than a tool of survival. Food is a source of pleasure, comfort, and security. Food is also a symbol of hospitality, social status, and religious significance. For example, Muslims eat a lot of rice, which signifies their taste, the way they feel like sharing their culture and their religion. And I find that as something interesting to also discover. What we select to eat and how we prepare it, or how we serve it, and even how we eat it, are all factors profoundly touched by an individual's culture or inheritance. I really love food. Thanks very much for hearing. And now, around me I have a lot of people from diversity. Poland, New Zealand, Germany, and France, to mention but a few. Let's get to it.
I know you like it, get your love. Get your love. I know you like it, my beans. You like it, my beans. I know that she giving you fufu. You put them for my soup. Baby, what you gonna do? No time for tumbum tumbum. Umaka de jumbum jumbum. Forget your jumbum. No time for tumbum. No time for tumbum tumbum. Umaka de jumbum jumbum. We are not tumbum tumbum. No time for tumbum. Say now my loving you want. Take it. Share her body you need. Stop it. Cause I know you like it, get your love. Get your love. I know you like it, my beans. You like it, my beans. I know that she giving you fufu. You put them for my soup. Baby, what you gonna do? I say no do me tumbum.
You're listening to ARTCAST from our studio in Sofia, Bulgaria.
Tumbum. I don't come here for tumbum. Tumbum. No do me tumbum. Tumbum tumbum. I give you bread tumbum. She give you butter tumbum. I give you yam, she give you sauce. Chop them together tumbum. Like Oji Siri Gini, Ikuru Gini, Oji Wuru Gini, Omere Gini. I know you think now I love you want. Take it. Share her body you
listening to ARTCAST from our studio in Sofia, Bulgaria.
Nowadays, you can notice that Bulgarians put garlic into pretty much everything except for desserts. The next people that came around here were the Slavs. The Slavs were great farmers. They were growing wheat, they were growing rye, they were growing grains as a whole. So what we took from them was pastry. And you will get to sample some pastry dishes that are completely delicious, and they're full of carbs, full of fats, but it is worth it. It is worth the calories because you're in Bulgaria just once, right? So yeah, the next people that came around here were the Proto-Bulgarians. They were nomads, and since they were nomads, they had to travel a lot, and that's why they fed mainly from livestock. They were eating meat, they were eating dairy, and they had special leather bags for their milk so they can travel with their milk without drinking the whole of it. So they had special leather bags for the milk, and thanks to the leather bags, the heat from the animals' bodies and the motion, the milk would go wobble, 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 and the heat helped him too. And a special friendly bacteria called Lactobacillus bulgaricus, they soon noticed that their milk didn't go bad, but it rather turned into a thicker substance with a sour taste that was still pleasant. And yeah, they actually found the sour milk, as we call it, or most of the world knows it as yogurt. And that's thanks to that special bacteria called Lactobacillus bulgaricus that could be found only in Bulgaria, nowhere else. So it's like the bifidobacteria, but it's only here, and I'm going to talk about that later. So what happened after those three nations came here? The Bulgarian country was established in 1681, and those three nations created the Bulgarian country. Some years passed, and there came the Ottomans, and Bulgaria fell under the dome of the Ottoman Empire for 500 years. And what happened then was everything got mixed up, traditions got mixed up. Some Eastern spices came here, all the countries, all the nationalities got really mixed up. The Americas were found, so that's how corn made its way to Bulgaria and the Balkan region. Tomatoes, peppers. It was a real boom for Balkan cuisine, and that's why we call our tour Balkan Bites rather than Bulgarian Bites, because you cannot say that something is typically Bulgarian or something is typically Macedonian or Serbian or I don't know, because it's all mixed up. It's like they have rakia in Serbia too. They have shopski salad under another name. Moussaka, Ayva, which is
I don't know if you have Ayva.
I'm not sure.
Lutenica.
Lutenica. Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
In Macedonia, it's
Yeah.
Lutenica, it's called.
Yeah. Lutenica is made with tomatoes and red peppers. It's a spread. Yeah. We have it too, and grandmothers send it to their students, to their grandchildren when they're studying at university, because they're supposed to be hungry all the time. Yeah. So some years passed. Bulgaria was freed from Ottoman Empire. It became a monarchy. The First World War came, then the second one, and Bulgaria became a communist country. And what communists like to do is they like to standardize everything. They make everything feel alike. So there was this company that was called Balkan Tourist, and it was responsible for all the tourists that came to Bulgaria. And what they did was they took all the menus in Bulgaria, because Bulgaria has many regions, and that's why it has different dialects. And that's why everywhere you go, people would call the same things with different names, because the language tends to change in each region. And that's why Balkan tourists took all the menus and made them all alike. So wherever you go, you can order the same salad, like for example shopski salad. Everywhere you go, it's named shopski salad and has the same ingredients, pretty much the same ingredients, the same weight and stuff like that. So yeah, do you notice something about shopski salad? It's made with tomatoes, cucumbers, and white Bulgarian cheese. Yeah, do you notice something about it? Something about the colors? It's, yeah, the Bulgarian flag. Yeah, so that's Shopsku is the region around Sofia. So after what Balkan tourists did and the communism influence on Bulgarian cuisine, there was not much left to happen. But something, yeah, well, it's not a big influence, but it's important because it changed the Bulgarian trends, especially the trends in Sofia, and it's the opening of certain fast food chains. Like I'm talking about McDonald's, KFC, I don't know, Texas Chicken, which is like a KFC wannabes here, and those chains, because they started the trends of fast food, and nowadays we have fast food in Sofia that is a healthy lifestyle option because they use local products. It's not as fake as McDonald's burgers. Don't want to be offending, but yeah. So we'll get to see the trends too, because first Sofia had a soup restaurant trend, then it started a burger trend. Now it has ribs. It has lots of things. It's trends because trends come from the east. Okay, I suggest we're done talking and listening. I suggest that we get going because we're hungry, aren't we?
Yes!
Yes. Okay, follow me. Yeah? This is the first restaurant that we're visiting, and this is Soup Star. I told you about the trends in Sofia, and this was the first trend that kind of started, and there was a trend for soup restaurants. And this is Superstar, and Superstar is the first soup restaurant to have ever opened in Sofia. It opened back in 2009, and nowadays they have more than 60 soup recipes, and each day they make 6 different ones. Are you all able to hear me? I'm sorry because each day they make 6 different ones, and you can just come here, take soup for the go, or just sit here. As you can see, it's pretty cramped inside, and somebody's coming out. But don't you think it's too hot for eating soup?
No.
Yeah?
I don't want to eat.
Well, you shouldn't be worried about that, because here we're having a traditional cold Bulgarian soup. Here we're having a traditional cold Bulgarian soup called tarator, and it's made, yeah, some of you have heard it, maybe tried it, and it's made with yogurt, water, cucumbers, dill, and sometimes they put walnuts and garlic. So if you don't like garlic, be prepared. It's just, you never know if there's garlic in something. In Bulgaria, they put garlic into pretty much everything. They then decide not to put garlic. So be prepared. Seeing where we're going. No, we're not doing pizza. We're doing the pastry dish I told you about. And I know this place doesn't seem really alright because it's dark, it's gloomy, but trust me and follow me, it's gonna be worth it. Just trust me. I know it's scary, dark, but yeah, let's go and have some Bulgarian. So this pastry dish that I told you about is called banica. Yeah, and it's usually made in a big round shape, but here the fast food banica chains. So this is a fast food restaurant, Bulgarian fast food restaurant, and this one is called Sofijska banica. And sometimes the fast food banica is sold in small rectangulars. You might have seen it, some of the people that have been here for a while. But the traditional one is the round ones, and you can see them inside. We're gonna go inside later and you're gonna see it. So what is banica? Banica is thin layers of dough with cheese filling inside. The cheese filling is the classical one. So you can have it with different fillings. You can have it with potatoes, you can have it with spinach, you can have it with pretty much everything. You can have it with pumpkin in the winter. It's like pumpkin pie, but it's it's different because it's not a crust and pumpkin. It's like a layer of dough, pumpkin, a layer of dough, pumpkin, a layer of dough, pumpkin, and they put walnuts into it. And it is very traditional in a sense that on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, the eldest woman in the family makes a banitsa and puts charms in it. And they're like, yeah, they put coins, which is like, if you get the coin, you're gonna be very wealthy the next year. If you can get health, you can get children, wedding, and hopefully it's not true because I was supposed to have like 5 children up to now, if I believed in that, and hopefully it's not true. Yeah, I'm still not ready for that. And another pastry dish made in Bulgaria is nekitsa. It's fried dough. It really resembles donut, but it's just fried dough, and you can have it. The classical version is with powdered sugar, but you can have it with honey, you can have it with jam, you can have it with chocolate, you can have it with savory things like cheese, you can have it with pretty much everything. And banitsa here is a typical hangover food. So whoever has been to the pub crawl should have gone to get a banitsa because it has so much fat in it that it's really good for your hangover. And Bulgarian people, after a really hot night, go after drinking rakia, they come here and say like, give me a banitsa because I have a headache. And banitsa is usually eaten with ayran, or boza. Ayran is a drink that is made with yogurt and water. I told you that Bulgarian cuisine is pretty much based on dairy products and meat. So ayran is made with water and yogurt, and boza is a yeast drink. It's made with wheat and yeast. It's really it has a particular taste, and it's sweet and kind of sour. It's like liquid. It's like liquid bread. So and that's pretty much it. And we can go inside and have a bite of banitsa. And here you can see different kinds of banitsa and other fast food types like kashkavalka, kipla, tutmanik. But this is the traditional banitsa. The round one is the traditional banitsa. Okay, just take a napkin, one by one, and take a piece of banitsa.
Yeah man, majana. Bless what wanajitahidi gas. And them water sopenda maendeleo. Nitoke vipi misosi? Misosi nitoke vipi na fanta ya ndani. Sitaki ulimbuke na taku za dukani. Hawa ni baadhi waliopanda chati nchini, na huu ni upe wangu tu, nitoke namna gani? Nasema upe wangu toke namna gani? Enzi zile nigaje yalikuja na chemsha bongo. Cheo kapanda Profesa Jay na meki bingo. Misosi nitoke vipi sasa unitoke na dongo? Afande mkuki moyoni Morogoro umemwingia, na Waswahili matora marehemu wanamlilia. Kesao toka Kenya, hivi ni wasanii, nadhani amekuja si kwa sana bali utalii.
Wana misosi sana imba, toke vipi? Siku nyingi najiuliza, toke vipi? Ndani ya rap game, toke vipi? Mpate kunielewa. Wana misosi sana imba, toke vipi? Siku nyingi najiuliza, toke vipi? Ndani ya rap game, toke vipi? Mpate kunielewa.
Wagosi wakaya wazee wa ndima na kesi ya mkoa. Tanga kunani kama utani ikawato. Misosi nitoke vipi kima kabila untaboa. Barua na kamanda kilio chedas nunda. Wamelia wamesikika na chati na wakapanda. Kasikika solote wanazuoni alokoma sasa na wanadukani. Wakati gambwemo wanacheza rap katuni. Mike Team Nyalu na nampenda naye akawini. Muzaki dalipo Mr. Nice sasa mwajani. Misosi nitoke vipi nami nikae kileleni. Mkongwe Mr. Bobuzi zuena kamkimbia. Mwanangu huna nidhamu ni upande wake dudubaya. Anapanda chati demu anampenda hata ni mbaya. Misosi nitoke vipi sasa na style ya kihaya. Dokale vidi pesi mnimuulize baba ubaya.
Wana misosi sana imba, toke vipi? Siku nyingi najiuliza, toke vipi? Ndani ya rap game, toke vipi? Mpate kunielewa. Wana misosi sana imba, toke vipi? Siku nyingi najiuliza, toke vipi? Ndani ya rap game, toke vipi? Mpate kunielewa.
Lady wakamsikia, chati kapanda sa mashabiki wanamzimia. Wazee wa hajiko wateule na watu kibao, imatoa wanachana wanapata mafaa. Machozi yakamtoka yakamtoa Lady JD, kwa sasa na vinjana wanaume kama mabinti. Misosi ndoke vipi sasa na nyimbo ya kibuti? Nataka mtazamo na mawazo yenu mashabiki. Masai ndo imemtoa Mr. Ebo Shimoni, haitosha na piga na banda za kimasai stage. Kigeto geto ndo nyimbo necha ikamtoa, mpaka sagidem na ugali ameupakua. Misosi ndoke vipi sasa na style ya kulia? Jena mabinti mwanafeka toka ingekuwa vipi? Kwake wai ni hatua juikaniki, hadi joni wakamle vigemu ametusua. So kipacha mchanganya jemo mvua anajua. Misosi ndoke vipi na kusani mwagongea? Yuli Mr. Misifa mwana sesere ikamtoa. Nini mnataka maze Biggie Black ya katoboa?
Awa imelaga kadimani mtamtambua.
Sugu ni mkongwe kastaf tena kwa heshima. Wabongo wamemchoka na kimtindo wamemtema. Wasanii wote wa juu tazameni mapema. Msije sema oh oh kale talawa, nasema msije sema oh oh kale talawa. Mlio kwenye chat wana misosi na mbasai, hata mkibana kawavuta tu mashat. Nguvu sina nikawadondosha tu kwa mic, nguvu sina nikawadondosha tu kwa mic.
Wana misosi sana imba, toke vipi? Siku nyingi najiuliza, toke vipi? Ndani ya rap game, toke vipi? Mpate kunielewa. Wana misosi sana imba, toke vipi? Siku nyingi najiuliza, toke vipi? Ndani ya rap game, toke vipi? Mpate kunielewa.
You're listening to ARTCAST from our studio in Sofia, Bulgaria.
My name is Caitlin, and I'm from Texas.
I'm Alex, and I'm from Texas as well.
Okay, we are nearly on the end of our food tour. My question to you is, how does fast food affect culture?
I think it can take away the social aspect of sitting down together and enjoying a meal with people that you like. It can also promote bad food habits. And you don't really learn how to take time to do things. You just go, and you don't take time for yourself to enjoy the little things.
My family, we used to sit and have dinner together every night at 6 o'clock on the dot. And now that my brother and I have moved out, my parents don't want to sit and cook and spend time to cook, so anytime we're all together, we end up going out or getting some sort of fast food, or my parents get a lot, and it's just kind of taken away that thing that we used to do every single day at 6 o'clock. We'd all sit down and eat, and now we don't do that anymore.
Okay, from this food tour that we have taken around some parts of Sofia, what have you learned from it so far?
Definitely the different types of food that their culture is specified with. I don't know. It was just interesting to eat the different types of cheeses that are specifically from Bulgaria, or the different
The yogurt
milks
was really
and the yogurt.
interesting. Yeah, how the probiotics in the yogurt
and how
have made
different it
people
tastes
age.
from what we have.
So that was cool.
Anything else that you've liked about the dishes in Sofia that you would try at your home and maybe cook for your friends?
I can't cook, so I would consider buying that yeast to try and make that milk. That was cool. Or even the cold soup. I've never had cold soup before, so it was kind of interesting eating cold soup. And it'd be something worth looking up and trying to make.
Okay, thank you for participating.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to Sofia.
Hey, so my name is Kevin, and I'm originally from Hong Kong, and I moved to Calgary, and I moved to Toronto. So I've been from multiple places, but food to me is really about, when I think about it, people coming together. Like, you see this in Hong Kong in the sense that when people eat together as a family, it's always a family. Like, you kind of share the main dishes in the middle. You have very simple food, but it's always very fresh, very delicious. And when you go to a place like Calgary, you end up having a lot more Western food, but it's always, again, people coming together and just enjoying it as a occasion, not just, you don't just eat for the sake of eating. And so when you go to Toronto, that really shows, because everyone from different culture, from different places, we all try different type of food. The ingredient might not be the same from home, but we try our best and kind of just come together and have all type of food, which is awesome.
Okay, from all this traveling around from Hong Kong to Toronto to where you are now, what do you miss most from the types of food that you have tasted? What do you miss the most from your hometown dishes?
I say fruits. Toronto is very cold, not a lot of fresh fruits. So in that sense, we just don't have the freshest fruits. It's not very good.
Okay. How do you think fast food affects culture?
It affects it a lot, I think. When you go out for fast food, you're no longer kind of having that event of, everyone cooking together, making food, coming together, and really just spending quality time together. You just go out, have a quick bite, and then that's it. And also, in terms of health, there's a lot of things that happens, right? You can eat way more because you don't spend as much time preparing the food. So I think very bad.
Yeah. Okay. The strangest dish that you have in Hong Kong.
Sorry?
The strangest dish that you have in Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong, strangest dish. Chicken feet.
Chicken feet.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, the claw of chicken.
Okay.
So we have in Hong Kong dim sum, which has you can order like a type of style of chicken feet, and it's marinated in this like red sauce, very savory. But it's very strange.
Have you ever tried to share it with your friends, like how they feel about
Oh, they love it more than I do.
Okay, so through food you get to unite with other people and share your culture. And,
oh, for sure, yeah. And if you go to Toronto, that's happening everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, from today's tour, what have you appreciated and you take back with you?
I think I didn't know much about the Balkan food, about kind of a lot of the culture around it, and a lot of the stuff and how each conflict and different culture have influenced it. So really just taking that away. So in a sense, that's the biggest thing, I think.
Okay. I wanted to ask, what do you call food in your language?
What do we call food? Really just, usually it comes with a bowl of soup that everyone share. You have it after dinner, but you also have a bowl of rice and vegetables and like a plate of meat. Yeah, very simple.
You mean the word food?
The word food.
The word food.
Oh, the word food. Like
as the way it is in English, food.
How do you say it? Oh. I don't think there's a particular word for it. It's like, it's like segma. Segma.
Segma.
Yeah.
That's food in Chinese.
Yes. It just kind of mean things you could eat, but not really food. But food is very ingrained in Asian culture. So, like, if you go out to talk with your family and all of that, it's always around food.
Okay, I have one strange question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever dined and dished, like go to a restaurant, eat, then
Dine and dash.
pay? Dine and dash, yeah.
Actually, yes. One time.
Tell me about it.
So it was in this restaurant in Toronto, and we were having Vietnamese noodles, pho, and their credit machine wasn't working. So we're like, okay, we'll wait for you to fix it. And they said they will fix it in 15 minutes. We waited for 15 minutes, not fixed. We waited another 15, not fixed. And we're like, we'll come back tomorrow and pay for it or whatever. And they wouldn't have it. And we're just like, we're not waiting any longer. So we just left.
Okay. So they kind of knew that you people would leave.
Yeah, and if we would have came back, but just because they wouldn't let us go and get money from the bank or something.
Ah, you people are so honest. Like I would like. Tiptoe.
But we didn't go back though.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
tiptoe.
Yeah.
Out of the store. Thank you for participating.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice having you.
Hey yeah, oh tari. Hey yeah, oh natafakari. Kisha salamu zangu nazituma. Salamu zangu nazituma. Jini nimefika salama. Jini nimefika salama. Ila mambo sivyo vile mlivyoniadithia. Ila mambo sivyo vile nilivyotegemea. Baba oh mama kaka oh dada salamu zangu nazituma hapo nyumbani. Salamu zangu nazituma hapo nyumbani. Salamu 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 zangu nazituma hapo nyumbani. Salamu zangu nazituma hapo nyumbani. Salamu 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 salamu. Mshike mshike haziishi.
You're listening to ARTCAST from our studio in Sofia, Bulgaria.
Fuluma janga. Utalia hapa mjini utakufa na njaa. Utalia hapa mjini hakuna pa kukaa. Utalia mapolisi wakikushika. Katapira ndo linapita. Kibanda changu zamani walishamisha matatizo. Mwamieni Mwaipopo asije mjini, ajendeleze hapo hapo atawini. Mwamieni Mwaipopo asije mjini, ajendeleze hapo hapo atawini. Salamu zangu nazituma hapo nyumbani. Salamu zangu nazituma hapo nyumbani. Salamu 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 salamu. Salamu zangu nazituma hapo nyumbani. Salamu zangu nazituma hapo nyumbani. Salamu 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 salamu. Salamu nazituma kule Mwanza. Salamu nazituma na Kilimanjaro. Salamu nazituma Mtwara. Salamu nazituma Morogoro. Salamu nazituma Dar es Salaam. Salamu nazituma Zanzibari. Salamu nazituma Dodoma na nyumbani Rufiji.
Adding on to that, because of the certainty of food in our lives, many cults and religions impose feast days and fasting days, and many list acceptable and prohibited foods. For example, Muslims have haram and halal foods. Special occasions from funerals to weddings, from festivals to fairs, to political holidays and religious celebrations, all of those would diminish a pleasure and importance of food were not a consideration. Various foods are given symbolic and even transformative connections, and there is still no shortage of publications promising that a magic food will alleviate pain, increasing sexual function, and promise almost everything but life after death. The ability to control one's appetite in many aspects of life, but especially regarding food, may also be indicated of social status, and many more recent is seen in the whole world. But according to me personally, I find food as a thing that intrigues my taste buds, depending on how and who made it. I find food special and take it to heart. I always like something that feels good in my mouth, tasting the food, tasting all the spices added to the food. Oh, what a wonderful feeling. I always find interest, and I'm always inquisitive to know each kind of food and how they make it. Dear world, I'm ready to taste foods from all cultures and traditions. Thank you for listening.
The project is carried out thanks to the financial support of the European program Erasmus Plus Key Action 2 Capacity Building in the Field of Youth.